leave it to me. The Outer Ring is what people call this underdeveloped zone outside the main urban area of New Eridu. It's farther out than both Janus and Faunus quarters, and closer to this desert wilderness, which you don't get to see inside the city. And while it may not be as rich as the big city, it's blessed with a unique local asset: oil. That's right, this was the fuel resource used during the old civilization. In the Outer Ring, people don't use etheric matter, but instead rely on oil to sustain themselves, while also selling some off to companies in New Eridu. After the old capital fell, folks came out here to start fresh, escape from old memories, and of course, some just want to hide from PubSec. It's not like in the city.
Caesar King, the most badass rider in the Outer Ring. An S-rank physical defense agent, adept at using both sword and shield in combat. When the enemy launches an attack, if Caesar successfully blocks it with her shield, it triggers a perfect block, allowing her to negate the damage and immediately follow up with the next move of a special attack or EX special attack. When she triggers a perfect block, defensive assist, or meets other certain requirements, she applies debuffs to surrounding enemies, allowing her squad members to deal more damage to them.
Play it right, and it can be a slick way to attack and debuff at the same time.
That's correct. When Caesar is in combat, she can protect on-field squad members and boost their anti-interrupt level by providing a shield with her EX special attack, chain attack, and ultimate. When launching her ult, Caesar swings her shield and charges into the battlefield in the Overlord's Grace stance, dealing damage to enemies.
Yep, I might be a defense agent, but that's because it's what I'm best at. I still know how to make the pain rain.
That's Caesar for you. She can take a hit and strike back twice as hard.
Can't be a leader if you don't protect your team.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at Miss Bernice's files. Miss Bernice is an S-rank fire anomaly agent who fights with dual flamethrowers.
Mixer and Shaker are simply too hot to handle.
When in combat, Bernice alternates between her two flamethrowers, Mixer and Shaker, to fire continuously, while using her nimble moves to dodge enemy attacks. If needed, Miss Bernice can also concentrate her firepower to unleash blazing hot flames from both flamethrowers in a short burst, dealing massive damage and inflicting fire anomaly buildup. It's worth noting that when Bernice builds up enough heat, she enters the Nitro Fuel Cocktail state. In this state, when a teammate's attack hits an enemy, it triggers Afterburn, dealing an extra instance of fire damage. In battle, Bernice can use her EX special attack to quickly burn enemies while stacking up heat to trigger the Nitro Fuel Cocktail state. Even if you switch to another agent, the Afterburn effect continues to trigger, steadily accumulating fire anomaly buildup on enemies. When the decibel rating is maxed out, she can unleash her ult, jumping into the air and raining down a storm of flames on her enemies.
Someone's here to challenge you? I'll help!
But this is Bernice we're talking about. She's still a force of nature on her own.
She sure is.
If you're feeling down, just have a Bernice special.
You will also go on an adventure with Bernice in the Outer Ring, during which you can discover her bright and optimistic side and deepen your friendship. Bernice has also prepared a surprise for you. We'll leave it to you to find out what it is. Born to Burn. In the first half of this version signal search, proxies will be able to obtain the limited S-rank agent Caesar and S-rank W agent Tusks of Fury. Both will be available in their respective channels.
We look forward to working with you, Faithin.
And in the second half, Miss Bernice will be making her appearance in her own signal search. Limited S-rank agent Bernice and S-rank W agent Flamemaker Shaker await you.
Yeah! Time to show off your power move!
Of course, and as mentioned earlier, Red Marcus will also be joining us in the new version. All right.
Oh? Isn't this Blazewood?
That's right. During the Overlord's Feast event, proxies will take on a commission from the mayor of Blazewood and revamp an old diner. Working as staff, you'll handle everything from serving guests to cooking in the kitchen. While running the diner, proxies will learn a lot of interesting stuff about the Outer Ring, including some fun stories about the agents from the Sons of Caledon. Also, as a reward, proxies will get to contract A-rank agent Lucy.
Now it's your turn, Proxies. brace yourselves for some classic Lady Lucy sass.
Next up, a new minigame called Bizarre Brigade will be available at Osh's Arcade. As far as I know, players take on the role of a little traveler in the game and fight off enemies with the friends you meet along the way.
That's right. Players can get a variety of random items during the different exploration stages, which will have a huge impact on your fighting style and ability to survive.
Ooh, sounds like there'll be something new every time you play the game.
It's also worth mentioning that apart from earning polychromes by completing the event, proxies will also be able to unlock more new characters in the minigame. Additionally, in the event Roaming the Ether, proxies will receive a vintage computer terminal from the old civilization that the Cunning Hare salvaged from Hollow Zero. Nicole reckons there's some super important info stashed inside.
Nicole's gifts always keep me on my toes.
I wonder what that info could be.
Yeah, who knows? It will be up to the proxies and Fairy to find out. Now, let's switch things up and head back to New Eridu for some fun and casual activities.
Psst! There will be hidden puzzles at the newsstand for you to discover.
You heard her right, proxies. You'll be able to join the Redo Tours puzzle event at the newsstand and unlock different puzzles which depict some interesting stories about New Eridu.
Oh, and you'll also be able to earn polychromes and name cards as rewards for completing the event. Speaking of which, 141 Convenience Store is leading the way in setting up a neighborhood night market, right?
Oh yeah. Looks like I'm not the only one with an inside scoop.
You know it.
Anyway, Shaw will work with proxies to bring this market together. If you manage to complete the tasks, then there will be some fantastic rewards to thank you for helping out.
Ooh!
Besides this casual event, we have also added a new series of combat commissions in version 1.2. So be sure to check those out if you're interested. Additionally, there will be some new challenges within a Notorious Hunt and Expert Challenge for proxies to try out in the new version. And that's not all. We also have new drive discs coming in this update, Chaos Jazz and Protopunk. Proxies can obtain them from new stages in routine cleanup. To provide proxies with a better experience, version 1.2 will have a limited time event where you can obtain double the drops. So you should be able to get your hands on the materials you need in no time. Don't forget, we've also got other events lined up waiting for you all to discover that are just as cool.
I heard there'll be some fun new game modes in version 1.2.
That's right. A brand new game mode, Investigator Training Course, will become available in version 1.2. This mode offers 4 different courses where you can get a taste of what it's like to be a Hollow investigator and learn some basic and practical knowledge about Hollow exploration. Each combat course will offer buffs tailored to different factions, and you will even get to use agents you don't own yet to take on formidable enemies. And there's more! After unlocking the Tactical course, you can assign your agents to undergo continuous tactical exercises in simulated Hollow environments, earning experience along the way.
Yep! Sounds neato burrito! Now, even newly recruited agents can keep up with the team's progress.
Meanwhile, there are also some new changes coming to Hollow Zero. We have already lowered the requirements for unlocking Withering Garden in version 1.1. Now, there are no more level requirements. Proxies can unlock it by completing the prerequisite stages. In version 1.2, we're introducing a new Blitz mode to Withering Garden. This mode allows you to dive straight into combat and rack up your weekly investigation points without having to explore the TV board. After each fight, you'll earn a Resonium surprise box with several Resonia of the same type. For those who love a challenge, you can choose different modifiers to crank up the difficulty. Just a heads up, you'll earn extra investigation points for doing so, and we have added this feature to exploration mode as well. Naturally, the harder the challenge, the greater the rewards. We hope you all find the experience you're looking for and have a blast.
I love this update.
After the update, proxies can check in to collect 10 encrypted master tapes and 10 Boopons.
Awesome!
Incredible!
I heard Mr. Z's got some exclusive intel up his sleeve about some game optimizations that you proxies have been discussing lately.
So, fill us in with all the deets, please, Mr. Z.
First, let's take a look at the optimization of the HDD monitor array, commonly known as TV mode. Now, for proxies who have already completed and met certain criteria for commissions that include TV mode gameplay, Fairy will help you retrieve any unclaimed observation data and rewards from previous attempts if you're willing to give her some time. In other words, you only need to explore the board once to collect all the rewards. In addition, we have optimized the TV mode to make everything feel smoother. Some event animations will play faster and you will be able to skip certain parts. We've also adjusted the interactions for some common events, cutting down on the number of close-up scenes. Overall, there are many improvements to the TV board experience in the new version, and you'll definitely notice the difference.
Righto!
Meanwhile, we're also releasing a backup battery charge function in the new update.
That's good news for busy people. Even if you can't log in, you'll still keep building up battery charge. And when you finally have some free time, you can use all that stamina you've collected.
Precisely. Next up is a feature I've been looking forward to for quite some time.
Tell it to my face.
We have updated the squad configuration system to let proxies save and use preset squads. You can jump straight into combat with your preset squad right from the deployment interface. On top of that, you can also decide whether or not to bring a Bangbu into battle. At the same time, we have also introduced a new feature to quickly switch squads in Shiyu defense.
Ooh, so the experience is getting smoother and smoother.
Heck yeah! No need to manually change squads every time.
I've been looking forward to this update for a while. But I remember last time someone said something about playing as agents inside the city. So, how's that all coming along?
In version 1.2, proxies will get to explore new Eridu from the perspective of Caesar and Bernice. But that's not all. You'll also be able to switch freely between Wise and Belle.
Choosing's for chumps. You really can have it all.
And even though it won't be in the upcoming update, by version 1.4, proxies will be able to explore the city freely as any one of your agents. Also, once proxies complete a certain amount of the main storyline, starting from version 1.2, you'll be able to advance the clock as you wish. No longer will proxies have to worry about getting stuck due to time during a quest. And we've got even more ideas up our sleeves that are all coming along nicely.